Welcome everyone for this new lesson, third second stage, the second semester. The name of the lesson is Unit 5, Vocabulary and Grammar. The name of the course is Traveler 6. The lesson was prepared by Noura Sufyani and presented by Faisal Shehri. Let's move to the objectives of our lesson for today. We have only two objectives that we should focus on. Number one, to practice compound words starting with back. Number two, to apply the present tenses correctly. Right, so the first part of the lesson, we are going to concentrate on practicing compound words alongside with back, and the second part of the lesson will be focusing on the present tense in general, present perfect, present perfect progressive, and as well present simple. All right, let's move to the first slide. Compound words starting with back. Number one, small enterprises are considered to be the backbone of commerce in my country. Number two, gardening can be back-breaking work. In the third sentence, after the mall opened, many small shops closed in the backwash. All right, so you can see now the words compound with back, backbone, and back-breaking, and the last one, backwash. And you need to try to use them in different sentences. So next time once you practice, you feel that is the words come naturally, right? You don't need to think over the one time to memorize such a word. Okay, that just was compound with back, backbone, back breaking, and back wash. All right, now here we go with evaluation. Use the correct form of the following words. Number one, 2022 will be and there's a space, year for football, and the word forget. Try to use the word over here, but in the right form. Okay? Try to put the word forget in the right form. And number two, all my dreams are, and the word hope, try to write it in the correct and right form. The third sentence, it is to travel to France without having a visa. It is, and the word possible. So you need to write the correct form, and you can understand the whole sentence sometimes from words like without. Travel to France without having a visa. So what is the right form in this case, and as well in the second and the third? We might think together on the third sentence and how to get an answer. So you can do 1 and 2 together if you are watching the lesson with your friend. Number 3, it is to travel to France without having a visa. So what is the meaning of the word possible? What is the meaning of the word possible? Expect to happen, for example. Possible, possibility. Expect to happen. It is expect to happen to travel to France without visa. So we need to write the opposite. When we want to say no way, sometimes we don't need to change the word, only just add a prefix. So, for example, impossible. It is impossible to travel to France without having a visa. So now it's your turn to do number 1 and number 2 in less than 1 minute. Just write the right form of the word. All right, let's check together. 2022 will be an unforgettable year for football, and the reason why, because the World Cup qualifications will be in Qatar. Number 2, all my dreams are hopeless. And the third sentence that we have made it together, it is impossible to travel to France without having a visa. All right. Now we are moving to the next part of the lesson, which is the present tenses. Before we go deeply, we need just to look to the pictures and try as much as we can understand what is the difference between them. For example, on Sundays I play tennis, but now I am reading a book. And the second picture, I have been a teacher for 3 years. I'm still a teacher. And the fourth or the third picture, I have been waiting for this bus for a long time, and you can't see buses stop. Can you notice any difference between them, between this sentence? On Sundays I play tennis, but now I am reading a book. I have been a teacher for 3 years. I'm still a teacher. I have been waiting for this bus for a long time. Can you notice any difference in the structure of the sentences? There is a difference. We need to figure out that difference in the coming slide. Okay, let's start with the present simple. And I'm going to give you how to understand the grammar English rule, any grammar English rule. Just try to ask yourself how to use it, when to use it. Okay, and then we are going to apply these 2 questions on present simple. How to use present simple, whether in writing or even speaking. When to use it. How to use it dealing with the structure, and when to use it dealing with the tense. Okay, so if we want to say this side will be when to use it, and the right side will be how to use it. So let's start with present simple, when to use it. When you want to talk about general information, the moon goes around the earth. Animals have instincts, okay? The sun rises every day, for example. General information. The water boils at 100 degrees, for example. Any general information or even fact, you can use present simple. Also, frequency. Every hour, day, even week, month, always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, seldom, hardly, ever, never, once, twice, etc. Okay? So once you see that those things, it's reflect on the present simple. This is when to use it. And now let's move to how to use it. She, he, it, plus the verb plus es or s, it depends on the word. I watch TV every day. He watches TV every day, and you can see that we are using every, hour, day, week, month. Okay, one of the words. Drink, drinks, read, reads, loves, go, goes, watch, watches. Okay, those are the present simple, and don't forget the golden rule. Just try to apply it in any English grammar rule. It will be just like a trick, so you will understand the grammar rule easily. When to use it, this side, and how to use the present simple on the right side. Okay, let's move to the next slide, which is present progressive. And keep in mind, in the previous slide, we were talking about present simple. If you are talking about daily habit, or even general information, or truth, or fact. Now, let's move to present progressive, and we need to do the same thing. How to use it, when to use it, how to use it dealing with information and structure, and when to use it dealing with the information. Okay? I am, he, she, it, or even with a singular name of the person. You, we, they, also with the plural, we use are. Okay? All other verbs, do, doing, say, saying, all other verbs as well, play, playing, go, going, and the same thing with eat, eating. Now, what is the purpose of this specific tense, or when to use it? Playing, doing, swimming, running, listening, eating. When you want to talk about actions are happening now at the moment, you can use present progressive. For example, I am explaining the lesson now. You are listening to the lesson. You are watching to the lesson. This sentence is present progressive, okay? Which just means that the verb or the action happening at the moment of writing or at the moment of speaking. All right, there is some condition or certain cases, if you want to say that, for present progressive, you can use it on the specific occasion or dates in the future. For example, next Saturday on the 5, for example, p.m. there is an exhibition going to happen, for example, in such a place. Okay, but generally I'm talking about present progressive. It just when you want to explain something happening at the moment of speaking or writing. And this is how is the information of the tense. So keep in mind present simple about general information, also about daily habit, and present progressive when you want to talk about something happening now, whether speaking or writing. Now let's move to the present perfect simple. And you can notice the difference between the present perfect and the present progressive, and as well as present simple. We add have or has after the subject. I have lived in England for 5 years. I have been an engineer since 2005 to talk about stay that started in the past and continues until now. I have never been to Spain. To talk about life experiences, I haven't, this is an for seen the movie yet. The party was the worst I have ever been to. And the question, the two golden questions, how to use the tense. And here we go with the information. How to use the tense, the form, subject plus have or has, it depends on the subject, and also the past participle of the verb. All right, this is how to use it. When to use it? When you want to talk about state that start in the past and continues until now. You can use for or since. Okay? The last part of the lesson, which is present perfect progressive, subject plus have or has, it depends on the subject, plus been, which is the past participle of the verb be. The verb comes with ing plus the complement of the sentence. Now let's practice that. They is the subject, have been, listen, and then we add ing, listening to music for more than 1 hour. He has been listening to music for more than 1 hour. Note, I have been typing letters since 9 a.m. I have typed 5 letters since 9 a.m. and you should know the difference. Number 1, it emphasizes the result of action, and number 2 is emphasize, or it emphasizes the duration for action. Okay, and when it comes being with the verb with ing, it focuses mainly on the duration. Happening in the past and happening now and might continue to the future. But number 1, it just focuses on the result of action. Okay? Now it's time to evaluate you understand. Read the sentences below and correct mistakes in them. I am learning English for 6 years. My brother gets married next Saturday. I haven't seen my sister since 3 weeks. Your turn now to write the sentence, but in the correct way. Less than 1 minute, and then we are going to check together the right answers. And just keep in mind, when you want to talk about duration or something, what should we use if you focus on the previous modifiers about present perfect. Okay, number 1, I have been learning English for 6 years now. My brother gets married next Saturday, the right? 4, my brother is getting married next Saturday. I haven't seen my sister since 3 weeks. I haven't seen my sister for 3 weeks. Those were the right answers for this exercise. Those are the summary. If you can remember the lesson again, we start with the compound words starting with back, and then we move to the present tenses, present simple, present progressive, and present perfect simple, and present perfect progressive. And also I want to remind you about the golden rule. Any grammar rule, even especially tenses, keep in mind to find an answer for these 2 questions: how to use it and when to use it.